Walking into a cabin in the middle of a forest, battered in a blizzard that has taken over the land you're exploring, you hope to find someone to help you and give you some shelter from the outside. You look around and it seems no one is home, just a few different machines that don't look like your everyday technology. Curiosity takes over you and you turn everything on. Click a few buttons and boom! You wake up in the middle of the void. And that's exactly how Voidtrain starts, an open world survival game where you need to survive on a train that you don't know if it ever has a final destination. You'll need to upgrade and develop your train to survive the strange environment either by yourself or with up to 3 friends. The game is centered around a moving train that you currently have no idea why or even how you got here. All you know at the start is that you can jump off the sides, and a rope will tether you to the side of the train as there's no gravity, and you can release the brakes that will allow the train to move in the direction that you have decided, which is either forwards or backwards. Voidtrain starts by having a tutorial to help you on your way. This will start by giving you quests like build a research table or build a smelter, all things that are needed to get you through the void in one piece. It's from these items that we're able to get nails, copper bars, iron bars, all that can further upgrade the train, and the items that we use along the way. It doesn't push these down your throat, which I like. I'm not a fan of a game that doesn't let me do my own thing. Voidtrain gives you the quests, but you can still do other things like collecting and exploring while they are active. By moving forwards on the train, you currently don't know where you're going. All you know is that the train has its tracks and you are following them. It's quite eerie when you think about it, because the train is taking you somewhere that you may not make it out of alive. This is also really cool, you are putting your full faith into the unknown. After completing that, you get to the next area where the train stops, and it's time to look around to see what we can do next. It's here that we find out that we can start to upgrade the train itself, and I don't just mean the machines or items that are placed on top. You'll actually get to upgrade and make the train bigger and better. To do this, you'll always need to reach a train yard. These are locations that you can pass through while travelling on the train tracks, and the way that it works is that it uses all the crafting items that you can collect in the void. Now, from the demo itself, you can only add on one section of the train, but from the trailer and some more gameplay that I've seen, your train can get pretty wild. Now let's talk about combat, something that we've seen in all the trailers and other people playing. This is where you get your first gun. The location where I've arrived at the train yard, after a bit of parkour, you'll find a pistol on a table. Now, the pistol is really smooth actually. It's nothing special at the start of the game, it's just a normal revolver, but the actual combat feels great. Now, sadly we can't upgrade it during the game, but it is something that I know for a fact that can be done when the game will be fully released. Now I bet you're wondering, why does the game give us a gun? Good question. The next area that we go into now has flying beasts, and each will have their own role to play in stopping you to succeed. Let's talk about these small little flying creatures at first. These actually like to eat parts of your train, so if they latch on, you need to keep an eye out for them and shoot them before they do anything that can actually permanently damage your train. Then there's this big boy, someone who's just flying out there in the distance, but it kind of entices you to try and kill it. I made it a mission to try and take it down, and it took a while because you're only doing 25 damage per body shot or 50 damage per headshot, but while always aiming for the head, I was able to take it down, and it turns out that it was just a lonely whale, and I did feel quite bad after it was done, but we got some lovely fat from it. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the video, the game can be played with friends. Now, I decided to play through the demo with a friend so we could see how well that it worked. Surprisingly, we had very little issues, and for a demo, I was really impressed. We had a little issue where one of us did get booted from the game and we both had to restart, but other than that, there was no network lag, there was no bugs about loot or anyone getting things. It's just the perfect game to play with other people. It really does remind me of Raft in the way that you kind of go off your little train / raft to get items and look towards building things up using them. When you play those types of games with other people, you really do go on a journey together, and I know it's dead cheesy, but teamwork really does make the dream work. Now as you're pushing towards the end of the second area, you start to see more train tracks on the left hand side. It's at this time that the narrator mentions to you that another train is slowly getting closer to us, and lo and behold, as you turn round, the train is closing us down. It's at this time that you realise that you might not be the only ones trying to figure out why you're here or what is going on. The train is getting closer and closer, And as you're about to see more of the train and possibly who's on it or what's on it, the demo sadly ends. Now in my opinion, this was really cruel from the developers. I was so excited to see what's going to happen next. So I was prepping myself, do I need to fight? Do I need to be civil and try and talk my way out of it? But really, it just got my hopes down because a big text box blobbed up and it told me that I can't play anymore. Now, I will have to wait until the full game is released, and I really do want to know what happens next. They grabbed me and dragged me into the void, and now I can't leave until I have the answers. While it was cruel, it's also a great marketing ploy to get people to buy the game when it's fully released. Voidtrain is a solid multiplayer survival game that allows you to take your time and really experience the world at your own pace. I would have fun playing solo, but I think it's definitely one of those games where multiplayer is always the better choice. Sadly, Voidtrain doesn't have a full release date yet, but once it does, you can be fully sure that you'll see me back on those tracks again, so buckle up as it's going to be a bumpy ride. Thank you so much for watching the video, I hope you all enjoyed and I'll see you all next time. Bye!